What is going on, y'all? This is going to be a huge freaking care package that Caleb Craig sent me while I was deployed. I got it back, or I got it in the same day I got back, actually. And I've had it sitting here, and due to just the simple fact of, I guess, me being a horse's ass, I just haven't opened it. And now I feel freaking terrible, man. I've just spent about the past hour, looks like about an hour and 15 minutes, opening this package, man, piece by piece, looking up different people that you're going to see that I didn't know who they were. I read the note. I'm going to keep the note as personal for me, and we'll go into this. So what happened over this past year, I went on a deployment. They call it one deployment. We were gone for about 3.5 months, came back for about 4 to 5 weeks, and then we were gone for 4 months. So technically, kind of by instruction, anytime you return to home port, it's the end of a deployment. But they're trying something new. And so now they're considering it all one time. Well, when I was home for that 4 to 5 weeks, Caleb sent me a huge freaking box of TTMs that he sent out for me. And you might have seen that video of just photos of different actors and actresses and athletes and you name it. Well, he did it again, man. Totally unexpected. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. This thing is just incredible, man. I didn't want to do kind of like a live box opening, if you will, because the box was so big. I imagined there was going to be a ton of stuff in there, and I think I might have made the right decision, because it probably would have been about a 2-hour video. So here is, I mean, this is just some of the stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on there. So I picked out some of the ones that I got super giddy about, and we'll go through those. So first he sent me this pack of cards here. What is this? 87 tops, I believe it is, or 88? 88 tops. So we'll open this in another video. We'll probably make that its own video. And kind of reading through, you had a couple of your TTM letters in there. Those kind of hit home, man, really hard. I'm not going to say I was like crying or nothing, but it definitely gave me a lump in my throat. Some of the stuff that you were writing to these people about me, it was very touching, and I've never had anyone do that ever for me in the hobby, so thank you very much. So here is this. My wife and I are huge Game of Thrones watchers, and then he wrote the name of everyone on the back of the photo of who it is. So freaking so cool, man. I might actually hang this up in my daughter's room, because she's a freaking Game of Thrones fanatic. And then a lot of these, probably about half of them, are personalized to me, so it's really cool. So Daryl Johnston, Manny Fernandez, and I love this freaking picture, and I'm so sorry for the glare, but look at that. That is so freaking awesome. Is this Mike Tomczak? This is the set of the Super Bowl Shuffle video they did, which, I mean, that's iconic, man. That thing's huge. This card I got a big laugh out of. Like, I was literally laughing out loud by myself. So it's the San Diego Chicken, and he wrote to Garrett with much admiration, the San Diego Chicken. Then he signed it. Well, it's an actual card. So he wrote, to Garrett, Bart. I don't know if Bart watches all my videos, but Bart, if you watch this video, you're gonna laugh right here. It says, to Garrett, the Air Force rocks. Thank you for your fabulous service to our country. Best regards, the San Diego Chicken. And then I cannot pronounce his last name. It's Ted. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. But then he wrote, USAF, for United States Air Force. Keep America safe for the guys in chicken suits to carry on. So, for those of you that don't know, the reason I think it's so funny is because I'm in the Navy. I'm in the U.S. Navy, not the Air Force, and a lot of us branches kind of have kind of talk crap to each other back and forth. You know, why we're better than them, and they tell us why they're better than us and why we're dumb, and we tell them why they're dumb. It's just kind of a camaraderie that we have through the branches. And so I thought Bart would really freaking get a kick out of that first line. The Air Force rocks. Maybe there's a bunch of rocks in the Air Force. I think that's what he meant to write. Lance Moore, such a freaking stud in New Orleans. This one's really cool. Kane, this reminds me back in my junior high and high school days when Kane first came out. He was something else, man, back then. I think now he's like running, or he's like mayor of a town, I believe, in Tennessee, I think. This one's cool. Golf Hall of Famer Jack Nicklaus. A lot of y'all, when I was a kid, I was born and raised in Pearland, Texas, and Sugarland, Texas is kind of a neighboring town. My grandfather was a huge golfer, and man, when we weren't playing golf, he was watching golf. And my Lord, if y'all think playing golf is boring, you should try watching it. Holy smokes, dude. Especially as a kid. I'd do anything just not to watch golf. But seeing a huge return like that really reminds me of my grandpa who passed a couple years ago. So that was really freaking cool. Johnny Buchek, I believe it's pronounced. He's a Hockey Hall of Famer. Brian Trotter, another Hockey Hall of Famer. Tommy Dreamer. So I don't ever remember watching him wrestle, but I do know in the wrestling community he's a pretty big name. This was a little bit before my time, but Mary Lou Retton. And it's just hard to believe, like every photo I'm showing you, Caleb took the time out of his day and paid for postage to send these off and to write these letters and to get these pictures developed or pay for these football cards to get signed. It's just absolutely incredible, man. I've been home about 2 weeks now, and I've sent off 100 TTMs, and my post office bill has just been crazy. So I can only imagine how much money all this took, man. So I'll probably say it 1,000 more times, but thanks for everything, Caleb. Ed Hockley. He's a guy I've never tried to get. I tried to like look on eBay and see if anyone was selling any custom cards. And normally they'll sell for like $3-4 because I wanted to get them. So really freaking happy to add that. Really cool. And I think he retired along with 5 or 6 other referees last season. Kind of something, a hobby of mine that I really don't talk about a lot about is NASA and like astronauts and such. So really freaking cool. Love it, man. Here we go. Jennifer Lawrence. She wrote me like this 4-page love note, dude. Was like talking about how she wanted to be with me, but you know, I'm married. So, clinger. Really cool return though. Carol Burnett. When I was a kid, my dad loved watching Coach. This is Greg T. Nelson, kind of the main actor of Coach. So really freaking cool, man. It's like a lot of these autographs brought me back to my childhood. And here's another one. I'm a diehard country music fan. Matter of fact, I'm probably one of the very few guys that listens to country music while in the gym. But definitely one of the greatest. Charlie Daniels, man. So cool. There's very few iconic country music legends, if you will, that are still with us. You know, probably him and Willie Nelson. And I'm sure I'm missing 1 or 2, but a lot of the just killer ones have passed. Another show that we watched a lot, I watched a lot with my father when I was younger, Home Improvement. This is Tim Allen. And then this guy, like I didn't know who this was, but I've seen him in like 1,000 freaking movies, man. But his name is Michael Caine. So really freaking awesome. Here's another Lance Moore, inscribed, "Thank you for your service." Dennis Smith. He's a Broncos legend. Not a Hall of Famer, but one hell of a football player for sure. NASCAR Hall of Famer, Mark Martin. NASCAR Hall of Famer, Bobby Allison. It just goes on and on and on, y'all. This package was just crazy. Hall of Famer, Robert Parrish. Basketball Hall of Famer, Dan Issel. Here, this one is probably a fan favorite of a lot of you guys. Mike Bibby. Man, that dude was inferno, man, in fuego when he first came in the league. Another country return, Stonewall Jackson. Really cool. And he also, you know, played like in the 50s and 60s, but with a name like Stonewall Jackson, it sounds like he was like in the 1800s. And then I'm kind of down to like the last 5, and man, some of these are ridiculously huge. So Billy Sims, love these photos, man. So freaking nice with the Heisman inscription. Johnny Lujack with the Heisman inscription, and then 3 NFL Hall of Famers, which, you know, that's my bread and butter, man. That's what brings home the bacon, if you will. Dan Hampton, love the freaking photo, man. So cool. Len Dawson. And this last one, I'll take it out of this huge top loader. This thing, man, incredible. I'm telling you right now, I know me, there is 0 chances that I would have given this autograph away. If I got this, if I was doing this project for somebody, I just know me, man. I guess I'm a little too selfish. There is 0 chances in hell I would have given this away. NFL Hall of Famer that I've never gotten TTM, and I've never heard of anyone getting TTM. While I was on the ship, I did see about 5, maybe 4 people get them, and I had no clue how, and then it just stopped. It was like all the posts were like in 4 or 5 days, and then you heard nothing else. One of the greatest, man. Arguably the greatest running back of all time, depending on who you're talking about. And some of y'all might already know who I'm talking about. Jim Brown. Freaking insane, man. And like I said, a lot of y'all know Hall of Fame autographs is my thing. There's no doubt about it. 100% that's Jim Brown's freaking autograph. So insane. I can promise you, Caleb, this one will be going off to PSA and getting slabbed and staying in the personal collection forever, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's no way that I could have given this to somebody, man, if I got this thing in. So that's the package. Definitely blown away and humbled by his generosity to do all this. Like I said, some people wrote some notes on his TTM letter that he sent them, and just the words that he was telling these people about me was just incredible. Not all of these were from Caleb. I have a note here that said some of these autographs were from Kim Williams, that she got me from the UK. So thank you, Kim. I feel like a butthole, but I don't know who you are. So if you watch this video, if you could comment down below, and I'll reach out to you as well. So thank y'all so much, man, for all of this from the bottom of my heart. It means a ton. So until next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye, doodles.